room. We gave them a couple beers and we all smoked a couple joints. We kept them out of sight because they were way underage and they all looked like Boy Scouts. One of them actually looked like a girl guide. We let them use our amps and our drums and basically kept an eye out for them. And 9 p.m. comes and they go up on stage and they plug in and start playing all this really old British invasion music. Songs that I'd never heard around the post-punk Canadian music scene. And they played them with some kind of awkward precision, like they had actually rehearsed. We never rehearsed, we just did a lot of speed. I was surprised that these guys were actually sitting in a groove, and I can't remember all the songs they played, but there was a version of Baby Please Don't Go by Van Morrison and them, and there was also a version of Off the Hook by the Rolling Stones. I mean, who the fuck does Off the Hook? Nobody around the Hammer, and nobody that I knew of. And it was fresh. It wasn't old geezer-style rock and roll, because these were basically children with guitars and drums playing ancient R&B. And the singer was another story. He wasn't like the gob-soaked, foul-mouthed, street-corner knuckleheads I ran into trying to prove something. He was more exotic, kind of rare. Not your average cock-swinging punk frontman. And he really loved singing those songs, man. And I thought that kid was brave to stand up in a room full of boozy-faced Princess Street rounders and allow himself to be fully exposed the way he did. He didn't hide behind ego the way so many of us did. And as Alex the Large from The Clockwork Orange would have said, it was like a great bird had flown into the room. I think that maybe Gord was just innocent. He was innocent then, and somehow, to my eyes, he managed to stay that way, because when I think of Gord Downey in 1984 on that shitty little stage at the Toucan in Kingston, and I think of him a few summers ago on stage at the Interstellar Rodeo in Edmonton, I know that I'm looking at the same guy. A lot of us try to cover up who we are, but Gord, he acted out exactly who he was for all of us to see. The cells didn't change. His innocence stayed intact, despite the 33 years between those two performances. And still today, his bravery raves on. He reminded me a bit of Mick Jagger on the Tammy Show back then. He ended up as something that none of us had ever seen before. He was all his own creation, and he was compelling and honest, and he was a live wire that burned a hole into our imaginations and voiced what was the soundtrack to 2 generations of Canadians, all Canadians, who partied in kitchens or in parking lots before hockey games, songs that blasted from car windows and DJ booths everywhere. Who won the Stanley Cup in 1994? I can't remember, but if I had to take a guess, I'd say it was Gord Downey and the Tragically Hip.
Yeah!